What up, Mac kids and maniacs? Yeah, this is the return of the skinny Mac, right? So I done lost 20 pounds in a week and a half. It don't feel no better, but it look a little better. Seem like I lost the weight up in here and up in here though. Still got all this gut for those that want to know. Speaking of gut, did y'all see the Nina Boy and Bosco fight last week? Or was it longer than that? Because I've been sick so long, my days are all confused. But I'm feeling better. My taste buds ain't back yet. My hearing is kind of wicked. Uh, Still got a little cough. So I got some cough medicine, of course. But I'm back, man. I'm back. A little bit lighter than before. Face a little skinnier than before. But finally feeling good enough to talk without straining and stressing and actually feel semi good about myself. Just semi though, just a little bit, poquito. Get him, Jank. What's up, homeboy? Got to brush up on my Spanish for you and the comrades out there, man. Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of interviews going on, a lot of conversations going on the internet. But that fight, man, that fight was wicked, right? How they call it a draw though when Bosco got knocked down? Or did he slip forward and get pulled by the back of the head and hit a couple times? I mean, I never seen a fight where only like two punches landed the whole fight. Like, what fight was I looking at? Or was I looking at the right fight? Man, they said that wasn't even a squabble. Well, I mean, they didn't get paid like it was supposed to be a squabble. So, I mean, who knows, man? Who knows? But I know Cartoon want to squabble with somebody. Cartoon been itching to squabble, right? Cartoon want to fight so bad. You think Cartoon's still in his early 20s, right? Non-contact boxing. It wasn't a physical sport, But man, I'm gonna tell y'all this. For those that don't believe or believe different about the coronavirus, you might want to call it a super cold or whatever. But that stuff ain't no joke. That stuff is not no joke, man. It knocked me off my feet, not once but twice. Had the chills, totally lost my taste buds. I've always heard people talk about that. I've never, ever experienced nothing like that. Where everything just tastes nasty. Everything tastes like salt, sodium, just straight nasty. I had cramps all over my legs. And I drank plenty of water. Water wasn't the issue. I probably didn't have enough potassium, but I stayed persistent. A lot of cold sweats and just sweating up under the AC, under the fan, and still sweating. That was crazy. Lost my smell. Basically, I lost all my senses. Young Tiny, what up, homeboy? Southside, what's going on, man? Yeah, man, it feels better. I was surprised I lost weight. I mean, I didn't have an appetite, but I still forced myself to eat, right? Eric, what up? Man, Alonzo done kept the world informed on the trial of the Nipsey Hussle murder, man. Alonzo did a phenomenal job. Jock, what up? What up? What up, Jock? Let me see. OG Cute's hitting me up. Let's see what Cute's talking about. Were you vax? Nah, not me. Not Kev, nah. I mean, I hope. What up, Cutes? We should go live there. I'm live right now. Let me call you. Let me. Okay, send me the invite. All right. Q said we should go live now. God damn it, Q. I'm already live, oh boy. I'm a step ahead of you. Let's see. Oh man, these glasses don't even work no more. I think my eyes got worse too though. My eyes was all watery one day, dry the next. Let me see if I can send Q to me. What the hell does that say? Put my crystal grandma glasses on. All right, that should do it. Good looking out, OG Steve. Marlon Guest, good looking out. Stan the man, what's up, man? Devil, what up, Devil? I know you can't wait for football season. Up. Tell Cutes to send you some pictures, please. Cutes has sent me pictures. Mad Dog, I'm on live right now, huh?
You on live?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I want to give you a topic to expose everybody, man. Tell everybody, man, they got to stop that bullshit and start getting ready for this fight.
Ain't no question.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's about time, man. Them motherfuckers ready to start attacking. So, watch this shit on the news, though.
Yeah.
Now you'll finish. Hit me off later.
All right, later. That's Mad Dog from A-Train Gangster. He said, y'all better quit tripping on each other and quit talking about each other and start worrying about the other man, brother, man. Because
That's right.
they getting ready for my ass again, man.
Mad Dog's right.
Now, you see what happened in Chicago, Cutes?
I heard they shot a brother in the car like 100 and some times.
Wow.
Is that what you're talking about?
I'm talking about the 4th of July parade where white guys shot and killed like 6 or 7 people.
Oh yeah, that happened, and then something else happened in one of these other towns where a brother was, I guess, basically being pulled over for a traffic stop or something, and they just unloaded on him.
Man.
Yeah, they got a curfew and everything.
That was in Akron, Ohio.
Okay. Yeah, man, that's crazy. He didn't even have a gun.
Compton Menace and Spider Local are gonna box, or is that just hype right now? Highland Park, Illinois. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Boulevard, what's good, homie? So, Q's, how was your 4th of July, man?
Well, it was weird because I went to work and I did an 8-hour shift. As soon as I got off, I was going to go back and get my truck. But then I said, wait a minute, I can't drive from all the way from here to where I'm going to San Bernardino in my truck. That would be like almost $200. So I realized that, and then I just left on my motorcycle, and it was only $20, and I only used a half of a tank.
Wow. Man.
Yeah. That was and I was going like 80 and 90 all the way, and I got there in 2 hours in like 15 minutes.
Damn, Q's.
Yeah. And I don't usually go, super fast, but the freeway was empty, man, because I left early, at 7. That's what time I got off work. So I just got on that 15, hooked over to the 210, and then went on in the Empire right for the 10.
Right. What up, Cartoon? Cartoon from Avalon in the building. Hey, look,
Cartoon.
They said it was 60 holes and 90 shots.
Man, you know what? Automatic weapons suck. Automatic weapons, man, that don't make no damn sense. We're not in no war. Automatic weapons suck, man. It took the fun out of everything. It ain't automatic weapons is uncalled for. You need automatic weapons when you're in the army, when you're in a war. That's what you need.
Good looking out, Eric.
There ain't no damn automatic weapons if you're a citizen. What do you need it for? I mean, okay, look at this, realistically speaking. All right. I used to have a weapon. I was a gangbanger. Okay, true enough. I'm not saying that it
What you
was
had,
right
kids?
or covered.
What you
No,
had?
no, no. I wanted to make a point before I forget. Then I'll tell you what I had. All right. The point I'm making is that, okay, in this society, they got grocery stores like on every boulevard. There's markets, grocery stores. So we don't have to go hunt for meat. We can go to the market and buy some meat. So we pay out of our tax dollars. They have a police force. So every city has a police force. They all armed. They got guns. The citizens, what do the citizens need guns for? I'm saying they don't hunt meat with them. I mean, you get an automatic weapon with a banana clip. You might even get a barrel clip. What do you need all those rounds for? What are you going to hunt? They ain't just hunting people. You know, that someone has a bad day, like a dumbass kid, and what do? They go on the top of a building, shoot down at people. Then they got these weapons. Those weapons are, available. They're accessible. They're in people's family. Little kids know how to get to them. They're having a bad day. They don't know how to deal with their frustrations. So we got all these weapons in society, and we're gonna. It's a United States problem. Other countries have terrorism. They have this. They have that. Man, we have mass shootings, and we don't know where it's coming from next. And the name of the game is shoot and kill as many as people as you want indiscriminately, and like a video game. These people are actually playing a video game out in their head that they lived through when they were a kid. They already been through a simulator with this. And when I was a kid, I gangbanged. I had a sawed-off shotgun. I had a 32. I had a 38. I had I had an M1 carbine.
Man,
I had a 30 Winchester and a 32, a 22 short, and a 22 long. And I had a Remington automatic pump. So but I was hunting people. I was a gangbanger. I needed those weapons because other people were hunting me. But I'm a citizen now. I don't need that shit. I don't want no gun. I don't want to see no gun. You go do 30-some years and you tell me you get back out here and you want to fuck around with some guns again, you better stick to your problem solving skills. If you get back out here, you want to fuck with some firearms.
watch your mouth, kids.
Okay, you're gonna do a lot of time. You're gonna do a lot of time. Some of you guys ain't built to do time. Your brain ain't capable to do long time. You're gonna PC up. You're gonna find yourself somewhere getting beat up all the time, kicked, stumped out, and you're gonna wonder why you brought this upon yourself. So I don't think society should have these weapons. I don't think people in society should have these weapons. If you go get enough time if you kill one person. If you kill 2, 3, 4, 5, these people usually end up dying themselves because they know they ain't gonna be able to do the time. But this guy, they caught him. So he's got a lot of time to do. And someone said he was dressed up like a woman. So, he's gonna do some time and he ain't never gonna see freedom again. So you young kids who's out there doing this dumbass shit, that's not a real bad word. And you're gonna do some real time. You think it's gonna be all fun and games because you get on the news, you in a newspaper, everybody got their mind on you until the next mass shooting takes place again. And then when the next mass shooting takes place again, they're gonna forget about your annex. But you know who's not gonna forget? The judge is not gonna forget. The prosecutor is not gonna forget. In your case, it's gonna be in courtroom B on the 3rd floor, and you're gonna be facing the rest of your natural monkey life, and you're not gonna be able to handle the time. What's up, Cartoon?
What's up, OG? What's happening, homie? You all right?
Yeah, I'm trying to school these youngsters who have a bad day and they want to go in the cabinet and get their father's automatic weapon and go and shoot at people indiscriminately because they didn't lost their rabbit ass mind from watching video games since they was 2.
Hey, homie, you know, it's the sign of the times. I was talking to a dude today, and we was talking about like how the world is changing, and they were talking how it's gonna do this, and I was saying, look, homie, it ain't gonna do nothing but get worse, sir. I say if it get better, the Bible that's gonna be making the Bible a lie, because it tell you in Revelation it's gonna get worser and worser and worser, and everything that's going on now is almost literally written in the Word. And I say you got to bear down, homie. You got to just bear down and try to keep your head up, because it's gonna get rough.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, cartoon and Kev Mac, is that the the people who's over the guns, that organization, they so powerful that they get all the politicians, and the politicians, the majority of them, they scared to appeal any of those laws. And who's suffering? It's the inner city people. It's the suburb people in the suburb. Whoever you go to the market or go to a parade or elementary school, we are susceptible victims to someone else's rage and bad day, all because these type of weapons are accessible to someone who, is, you could say they're unstable, but they're not unstable every day. So you say, oh, we need to have more, therapy programs, and we need to, listen and read people's texts and see what they writing on their string. Some of these nuts don't even go through that stuff. They just have an immediate bad day. And from that point on, going back, they was functioning pretty normal, so you can't say, oh, it's criminals doing it. They become a criminal at the moment they do it, but these ain't criminals with a history. All the criminals that I know ain't messing with no Roscoe's. If you meet one of them, you're going to have a good fight. They ain't trying to have no Roscoe. They ain't trying to go back to prison for shooting somebody. That's some dumbass shit.
That's what Cartoon trying to do, have a good fight.
Yeah, that's all he need. Cartoon to put them boats on him and bust some things in the forehead.
I intend to have it too, and I ain't gonna say too much, but shortly. But now I go from what it seemed like, on the other end. Old boy seemed like he. Well, I know he's scared, so he don't want to see me, so I don't know what he gonna pull, but I'm gonna pull up like $15.
Man, hey man, people, and not talking about you, but I heard you said people need to start focusing on what's going on in this world. And what's going on in this world right now is these unstable people who don't know how to deal with their emotions, and they go get one of these automatic weapons and they let loose with one of those automatic weapons, and they got a lot of casualties. I mean, a lot of casualties everywhere, all over the ground. That dude shot a 70-something-year-old man in a wheelchair who just wanted to go out and enjoy the parade, man. And this killjoy, he goes there with the intent to just, have many as casualties that he could, just so he could get his name in the newspaper. That's all he wants. All I want to get his name in the newspaper. I'm like this. If someone want to give you a fair fade, then tell them where to meet you at. Just say, man, all this woofing, if you want to give me a fair fade, let's have a fair fade. Don't be scared. Don't be scared of me. Let's have a fair fade. If I get my butt kicked, then I got my butt kicked. It won't be the first time, but all that woofing, that's unnecessary, because you can't scare me with your lip service. That's what you tell a buster, man. You don't even feed into their negativity, because you here on a mission, bro. You a strong brother. You've been through everything I've been through and then some, and you back out here because God got a purpose for your life. He don't want to see us self-destruct in one event from someone rubbing us the wrong way, getting our attitude all steered up. We don't got nothing to prove, man. We already been there and done that. We trying to focus on something else. People are trying to remake themselves and get a rep off of us. What they're going to do is just get their butt whipped.
let me shoot this past you, Q. So you tell me what you think about it. This program, I'm trying to get it started. You know what I'm saying? It's with me being so far away from from the land, it's kind of hard. But I got a few homies that's gonna do the footwork for me. But now we've been kicking it around for a hot second. What it is, all right. You got certain gyms in LA that got boxing rings. Now, most of gyms in LA, they kind of held, owned by the Hispanics, but that ain't really no problem. But now, like I was telling the homie, you got one or two gyms that that the brothers got. If we can go to them and like, look, either rent them, let them tell them, hey man, let us rent it or let us get it. Or, what I'm saying, the same way like back in the day when we would go to the motorcycle clubs and we kick it at the clubs. You got the ring that you can set up. Now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a program off the ground called, pick up the gloves, put down the guns. And what it is, once we get it set up the right way, you can call in. You got, the fight's going to be every Friday night. We'll have from 1 to 3 fights. And you can call in and you can set it up. You say, well, I'm such and such. We don't even want to know your real name. You can say, I'm such and such. I'm from such and such. And I want to get out with Whoopty Bam. And then Whoopty Bam can call in too. And we can set it up, get in contact with them. And we can set it up to where, okay, y'all going to come in that Friday. Boom. But now we got the counseling session that Thursday before the fight, where we get both individuals to come to wherever it's going at whatever the venue gonna be held at, where we can talk to them and check out their mental stability. Because now we don't want them to be able to fight right now Friday. Then when they go outside, they go to shoot, or when they go down the street, they go to shoot. But now we gonna have a real one time, in the parking lot. We're gonna have a real one time inside, because regular security, dudes will try regular security. But now when you got the police, you ain't too much trying to go to jail. Cause say like if Kev Mac gonna fight and he bring 50 of his homies, and the other dude gonna bring a whole lot of homies, sometime, whoever get dogged down the ring, tensions might flare a little bit or whatever, where we got to be able to keep that to a minimum. And you got till Wednesday night to call in, get in contact with us. We'll have it on air. We'll have a number that you can reach, that you can get in contact with us, and we'll set it up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have it where the music gonna be playing, and we'll charge everybody $1, just $1 to get in. And the money's not for me. The money's not for nobody that I'm really dealing with on this. The money is to be able to pay the police or security or whatever we have going on. And if the venue's big enough, now where the money come in, you have a couple of homies that got a food truck or something. You might want to have a food truck pull up where they sell, they selling their food and dudes eating and having a good time. You're gonna come through a metal detector. You're gonna be worn down with the metal detector. And that's a super duper better alternative than running around shooting and killing each other. Come on in, get your squabble on, because if you see on this internet thing has made the world this big. Dudes getting into it with other dudes that's 50 million miles over here, over there, whatever. And if you want to get out, we make it where it's a safe environment for if they coming from out of state. It's a safe environment. Come on in. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. Ain't nothing gonna go wrong.
It seems like now people want to go back to fighting again, which is cool. And I like that. And I like your idea. I'm just saying, I'm not going to knock another man's idea of us talking about preservation of human life. I mean, I think it's a grand idea. You talking about people who got a beef with someone, a conflict with someone, to square up in the ring in a good environment, a safe environment, and have a fight. If you take a loss, you take a loss. If you take a win, I will. You're probably going to make a friend. Everybody I ever had a fight with ever became my friend. Every fight I ever had. Unless it was somewhere where we went our separate ways, like at a club or, at a dance somewhere at a park far off. But I'm talking about in the immediate environment that I grew up in. Every fight I had, I can remember all of them. I made friends with everybody, man. I didn't hold no grudge after the fight.
Yeah, see, we come up in that day and age where, like I was telling somebody else, man, you had to, especially, I'm not taking nothing from the west side, but on that east side, homie, you had to fight just to come outside to eat your egg sandwich that your mama gave you. Because if you couldn't get out, the homies would say, let me get a piece and eat the whole sandwich. So, you fight from day one on that east side, homie. So, It's just like that. And people think that if they lose, it's a problem. Man, win, lose, or draw. It ain't about win, lose. To me, it ain't about winning, losing, or drawing. It's about, do you got the heart to get out? That's the
The
only
only
thing to
way
me. Do you got the heart to get out?
everybody I ever knew with a reputation got his reputation for fighting. Anybody that
Right.
got their reputation for shooting, what happens to them when they go to the joint? They don't got
Boy.
no gun inside the joint. They be the scariest dudes in there. You're like,
Right,
that dude,
right.
you talking about that dude there? He was somebody on the street? Why? Because he had a gun? Come on, man, really?
Hey, I used to trip on, man, so many dudes I used to hear about when I be in the pen. I'd hear about them on the street with these reputable, but from shooting. Then when they come in the pen, I be checking them out. Man, they be straight up busters, homie. And you know, a lot of
Yeah.
times I used to tell fools all the time, you had to check that gun in at the back gate, homie. You in here with me
Yeah.
now. You in my world. You got to look a man in his eyes and do something now. You ain't got that gun no more. You can't shoot me from a block away. You got to get out, and it don't be in them. It don't
No.
be in them.
No, it don't be in. I think that we should go back to the grits and gravy and all the gang, these little young gang members. I give you your props. You guys are crazy, but you guys should start fighting each other now and knock it off with all the shooting and drive-bys and whatever you do, whatever how you roll. Get out, walk up, shoot somebody, rob somebody, whatever you doing, man. It ain't that serious, man. You every summer you want to heat it up, and then you get locked up for the rest of your life. So this was your last summer. The next time I'm going to see you is going to be when you 60 or 50, or like when we left the set. It's like we left the set as kids, and then you want to repeat that? Really?
If a lot of these dudes nowadays scared to fight, man, how did they even get put on their set? I mean, you ain't got to fight to get put on the set no more?
No, because the status quo now is that you a bust caps. That's the thing now. Oh, you got the heart to bust some caps. This ain't no heart, dude. To do this, that's little heart and little intellect. This is hard. This is intellect, because you got to know where to plant the jab, where to do the uppercut, where to throw the left hook, where to hit a guy in the solar plex, where to shoot the kidney shot, the body shot. You got to have some skills for that. And when you go in the joint, you'll see a lot of guys who had gyms in their neighborhood and they know how to slang them. But like I said, when you go to the joint, you can give that fighting shit up, because it's about flats. And if you don't know how to put a point or a Christmas tree, you don't know how to know skills to do none of that, I don't know who's going to teach you, because I'm not going to teach you. I'm not there anymore. I don't roll that way no more.
Yeah, I was looking at you know, they got a platform, a little internet dude, a little Mexican dude named Dubs, and he had a thing on there about you know, hands off policy. You know, they I think some people asked him, they were saying that why Mexicans don't give blacks head up fades in the system. And he explained it to him. He like, okay, they have a hands-off policy. You know, they won't even give each other a fight. So why, if we're not gonna give each other a fight, why would we give another race a head-up fight? And a lot of people couldn't understand it, and I could understand it, because it's like
Dubs was right on time in the pen. I've been telling people, when you go to the joint, it ain't no kid playing, it ain't no fighting.
Right.
If you ain't ready to if you ain't ready to strap up and run it through someone, then it ain't that serious. You better stay out of conflict when you're in there. Convicts respect each other in there. You get caught up in a melee, in a riot, you might get a little fight action out of that with someone. If they don't got they shaking, you got caught up off guard. Then you better get chunking them the best way you can until the tear gas engulfs everybody, and then we go to the ground. Other than that, you better rely on some skills and some structure, and that'd be scary. Don't just be carrying your flat around just to have it. If you have one, you're going to use it. You ain't going to be carrying it around. But understand one thing: when you stab another man, you will get another life sentence. So you might be already with one. Now you about to parlay that shit. So if you ain't remember for it, then I would advise you to go through it.
I seen when it first started going bad with this, give me a fade type stuff in the prison system. Right before I left Pelican Bay, when they came out with the 3 strike laws, okay, when they come out with the 3 strike laws, I remember Pelican Bay put a memo up. They actually put memos up on the walls and it said that if you get into a fight and they don't see a weapon, they weren't gonna shoot and they were just gonna lock you up. Sometimes they wouldn't even lock you up because of the 3 strike law. If you get caught with a weapon, you was gonna catch another charge. So when dudes start seeing that, it seemed like immediately the next day it was a bunch of little fist fights breaking out everywhere. And I'm like, well, dang! I said, homie, I'm not finna take no chance with no crazy mess like that. And like since then, like in the last couple of weeks since Dubs did what he did, on different platforms, I have people asking me, say, what about the fight thing in prison? I say, homie, when I first came to prison, wasn't nobody fighting, homie. Wasn't nobody finna take no chance on getting shot with that Mini 14 for just for no physical.
I tripped off whoever said that this race is scared to fight that race. That in itself is a distortion, because when you're at that level, when you're at that level, you learn from your teachers that this is not no playground. You ain't fighting nobody here. You get into it with someone, it's to take them out or they're gonna take you out. And it's all or nothing. You go hard or you go home. That shit started in there, not out here. Sorry about my language. But I respect every man. I give every convict his respect. I don't step on nobody's shoes. I gave everybody their respect when I was in the joint, and I wanted it in return. And that's how I roll. And you know what? That's appreciated. That's appreciated by everybody, because it wasn't no crazy place to be in. Everybody knew everybody. The yard is small, Old Folsom, New Folsom, Tallahatchie, wherever you were at, you in that yard, you rolling with people you grow up with, you in your car. You know what I'm saying? And your car is as good as you make it. And you know who's gonna make it good? You're gonna make it good. You don't depend on someone else to make your car good. And if someone is doing foul shit in your car, then you're gonna discipline that guy. You're not gonna say, oh man, we gotta discipline him. And I'm gonna tell you, some of those cars, their discipline ain't beating someone up. It's to take them out and just either they're gonna live through that and go to PC. It ain't like giving them second chances. Every now and then, someone to get a second chance, but it depends on your car.
Yeah.
Let me ask Kev Mac something. Hey, let old boy right there, Sleepy Vivera, know that if he can or if you can, man, get me in contact with G Perico from Broadway, because I'd like to talk to him about that right there.
All right.
Yeah. If you can, if you get in contact with him, give one on my number and let me know you did it, because that's cool right there. That's right up my alley.
Hey, I want to commend you for having the energy to want to do something courageous like you're trying to do. And I hope it gets off the ground, man. Really, I do. See, when I was a kid, we had the 78th Street Hoover Boxing Gym. We had the Main Street Boxing Gym downtown. And Munson talked about LC and all of them. LC had been around a long time training us. He trained Munson and them, then he trained us. LC moved down to the Hoover Street Boxing Gym, him and little Billy Mitchell, Cannonball Green, all of these good trainers, man. And they had time to deal with kids, but they had real chance. They had kids, they had the real deal. And they would take a little time out of their day just to sit there with the kids and let us spar, and they would say, all right, these are my boys. And Cannonball would have like 13 of us in there. And then Billy Mitchell would have a bunch of us in there. And we probably didn't even have no promise other than going to Golden Gloves. But we would all end up in juvenile hall.
Hey, Q, let me ask you this, because you've been around since cement was dirt. So
That's right.
hey, let me ask you this. I used to hear, hold on, it may be too many to narrow them down, but in right your last bit, who are the top 5 most stomped down Crips you've ever met? Okay, I'll answer that in a minute. But anyway, on some other interviews, I'm wondering if you know this cat, because they say he had hands that he had some of the toughest hands in the LA area. And I think he was from either Front Hood or Corner Pocket. The dude named LaSalle.
LaSalle?
Yeah, his name was LaSalle or LaSalle. So it was a name like that, but he was from Front Hood or either from Corner Pocket. But they say he had some of the most vicious hands around back then and during them times.
Oh, like in '69 or in the early '70s?
Yeah.
Bam would know. Front Hood Bam would know.
Yeah, we'd have to ask one of them front hoods.
Right. I think I've heard Bam talk about him. I know I heard Frog from Bounty Hunter talk about him. A few people.
Frog always talks about his homeboy too, who was a good fighter too.
That's who he talks about. Him and Bully.
Okay.
Like, look, Bam say he from Corner Pocket. Okay, yeah, I heard this cat here had major hands. I'm like, and I'm hearing it from both sides of the fence. So whoever it would, I heard a few people talk about him. Whoever he was, he must have been vicious from the shoulders.
Yeah, this rep spread. But see, that's how rep spread back then. And on the west side, the best hands over there were Big Tug, Miles. You had Andy Price the Hawk. He lived on the west side too, but he didn't bang. But he could slang him, dog. That brother had skill, man.
Right.
And then we had a lot more. We had Ronald Raspberry. We had for the youngsters, we had the notorious Keith and Ricky Henderson. Those brothers, man, them two brothers could chunk. Then we had Herman Moncrief, Mouse trained Herman Moncrief. He became the heavyweight champ of San Quentin. He wasn't but 5'9", had the power like Mike Tyson, was straight dropping foods.
Right.
And he had it all the way until he got sick, dog.
Was you in Soledad when they still had the boxing ring up?
Yeah. Well, I never been to Soledad. They had the boxing club at Tracy. That's when every race would box each other. They had the boxing ring in Folsom. That's when only blacks would box blacks. Whites would we would box others, and whites would only box. They race, and Mexicans would only box their race. Those were the politics. Those was the rules. But when the coach would bring in a gym from the street, you had to box whoever came in front of you. See, because that's different. You're on the boxing team now. So if they bring this gym in, we are rooting for our prison, boxing club to kick the streets butt.
I was on the boxing team in YTS. We used to fight. The Marines used to come in and fight. Used to bring Marines in to fight.
Yeah. Hey, my brother Rusty was on that boxing team in YTS.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you the history of the boxing team in YTS. You had this little light-skinned dude. I'm trying to think of his name. Anyway, he would be at the Hoover Street boxing gym, and he had that dude who fought Mike Tyson. Oh,
you talk about the coach? You talk about Coach Smitty. Little Smitty.
Little Smitty.
That was my coach. Yeah, that was my boxing coach.
Yeah, Little Smitty.
Yeah.
So Little Smitty, he was like all of them dudes I just named, Cannonball Green, Billy Mitchell. He's like them. He liked to work with inner city kids, and then he started working in the youth authority.
Yeah, he trained Henry Tillman in TS when Henry Tillman got out and fought Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he's right. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He just didn't have enough. He just didn't have enough for Iron Mike, but at least he got in there. At least he had the heart to get in there with him.
Yeah.
I respect Henry Tillman. Yeah, he had the heart to get in.
Hey, Coach Smitty, man. Coach Smitty used to run us like a dog. Just to get on the boxing team, we had to be able to run 20 laps in a certain amount of time just to get on the boxing team.
Hey, this is why I respect Coach Smitty. When you in YA, if someone in your family passed away, you don't get to go to the funeral unless someone wants to take you. So Smitty said, I'll take him to the funeral.
Right.
That's why I respect Smitty.
Right.
Smitty said, I don't care. I know their neighborhood. He could go to the funeral. I'm going to take him. Are you sure? Are you sure? Smitty said, of course I'm sure.
Right. That's real. That's real, man. That's real.
So I respected Smitty all day. Yeah. But yeah, man, you know, I'm like, I look at the world and society. It's good to be free. I love being out here. But what I don't like is when I'm in a crowd and I gotta have this thought in the back of my mind that some PC is gonna have an automatic weapon and they just gonna get to indiscriminately shooting at everybody, you know, at an event. All because society don't want to put a lockdown on these automatic weapons and sweep them up. I bet you if it was us doing the crazy stuff, they would sweep them up, they would change laws, and they would vote them down, and they would quit selling ammunition for them. But because it's a variety of people doing it, and it's mostly young, you know, people who's mentally unstable doing it, and every now and then you get some old coop doing it too, man, they would have locked that stuff down, man. They would have been locked down. But because the shoes are on the other foot, they don't care.
It'll be real hard to get that done because that NRA, man, NRA is so strong.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, that NRA is strong. But we got to be strong too. Can't be scared of the NRA. I mean, I remember when that movie star, he got up there with his old deer rifle and he said, they got to pry it through my bloody hands if they're going to take my rifle. Man, I was like, really, man? Come on, man. It don't make no sense for us to be.
Yeah, that's the fight right there. Yeah. Yo, Henry Tillman, he was from the Walnuts.
I thought Henry Tillman was a Hoover.
No, he's from Walnut. He was a Blood.
Oh, okay. So he was over there with the Bourgeois, Michael Bourgeois, Kenny Bourgeois. He was OG Walnut. Okay.
Yeah, but I thought he was from 87 Gangster.
You know, 87 Gangsters wasn't out back then.
Right.
Well, hey, you know what it was? Everybody wanted to claim him because he was that down. That's probably why.
You know, 87 Gangsters didn't come out till later on in the mid 80s when old boy from 9-4 Hoover the one started them Godfather, he's a Doc Rob one, I forget old boy name, but not he's from 9-4 Hoover. He started 87 Gangster.
Hey, Bam said y'all was in Folsom with Henry Tillman's brother.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who cartoon or me?
You.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. See. If
I was in there with him, then he was working out with us. Then he was athletic. He was hanging out with me and Chew and all of us because we had the boxing thing going on down there with Bonnie Hunter, Dave, and all of us. We were youngsters that stayed in shape. We wasn't getting all sucked up, taking medication, getting in the med line, and wanting to check out. We wasn't rolling like that. We would come out to the yard, do our calisthenics, and put it down, you know, and try to learn some skills.
Hey, which Dave from Bounty Hunter you talk about? The real little short one?
The one they call, no disrespect to my brother Dave, but they used to call him 3-Finger Dave.
No, you talk about 4-Finger Dave from Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, that's my buddy.
Kind of short.
Yeah, he's about. He gets slanging.
Man, that's my pot. Man, look, me and Dave caught a case in Pelican Bay. We took off on some, you know, another group. I'm gonna just put it like that. But we both got in trouble for it because he didn't have permission and I couldn't get permission. I wanted to take it, but the people that's over me, you already know what I'm a part of. And when I went to him for permission, they was like, "No, Toon, stand down. We ain't gonna do it." But now, you know, I had a little rebellious streak in me. I'm like, man. So me and Dave was cool. He like, "Toon, what you want to do?" I'm like, "Man, I want to take off." Man, me
You
and
know,
Dave,
hey, you
we
know,
he had his heat. I brought
hey,
my heat out, and we took off on the yard, man. We took
yeah,
that's right before they shipped us to
hey,
Lancaster.
you know, I be talking to him now.
Oh, okay. If you
Yeah, I
talk
be
to him,
talking.
ask him
I'm
about
gonna
man
tell him
with
the
me and
next
him
time
took
I
off.
call him. I'm gonna tell him that me and you buddies. I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell him.
yeah.
I'll tell him. Yeah, he's a good, solid dude. So this is our program. We the youngest kids there. You know, we arrived. They put us there. We washed up. We don't got no light at the end of our tunnel, so we gotta rely on each other to survive a hellish environment. So it was our thug that got us through it. You know.
Right.
You know, and I'm like this, you know, if you got enough thug in you, you might not need that much structure, you know, but you're
Right.
going to get some structure, or you're just going to be letting loose everywhere, and then you're going to make it an uncomfortable environment like these PCs are doing out here with the automatic weapons. They don't have no structure. They just get a gun and they decide they want to just shoot up everything and everybody, hurt people, and there's no place in society for those guns. I don't care about the NRA or none of that crap. They need to be put in check. We don't have to hunt meat. They got every grocery store sells meat. You're going to mess the meat up. What kind of deer are you going to shoot with an automatic weapon? Even when I
Right.
would go rabbit hunting, I wouldn't use the double-eyed buck. I would use bird shot. I would use
Right.
pellets. I wouldn't try to tear the meat up. So those weapons are designed to kill people. And those people who get them, we're not in no war out here. Why is they able to have guns like that in a society? It's not society anymore when you got those guns out here. It's total chaos out here. I don't care about no NRA. Them people need to be put in check, man. That's why people vote. That's why it's supposed to be a democracy. And it's supposed to be people who has checks and balances. Quit sweating the inner city thugs and start sweating yourselves and get rid of all of those weapons because you make it unsafe out here for everybody. As soon as one of us lifers go to the board, you say, oh, he posed a risk to public safety. After he had already been in there 50 years, what kind of risk is he posing to public safety? The risk to public safety, if you care about it, is these fools out here with access to these automatic weapons that should have never made it to our society anyway. Because of what? Capitalist greed. You want to sell them and make clips and all of this crap. Well, that's supposed to make you tough because you got a semi-automatic or automatic, high-powered weapon, and these kids are taking them, shooting up the football game, the school, and then we all go to the news every week like we helpless, like we can't do nothing about it. Doesn't make any sense.
Let me ask you this: Are the guns killing people, or are the people killing people?
It's like this. It's both. It's both, and this is why it's both.
Okay, no, I know what you're gonna say, but now let's say, okay, if there were no guns, you don't believe that people would find another way to kill up people?
Oh, I already know. I have met people on the internet that communicate with me, and they say, Coots, it's against the law to have guns out here where I'm at. And I say, oh yeah. He says, yeah. He says, but homicide is up by stabbing. Everything is a stabbing. Someone gets stabbed and killed. So that's what usually happens in a society that doesn't have guns. But I'm just saying, you look at the casualties of people, having a bad day with a knife. He's not going to have as many as casualties as you would if you had a bad day with a 200-round clip, or you had your clips where you could glue them, tape them together, you stick one in, empty that one, and flip it around, and stick the other one up in there, and then keep going. Then have some more on your back, some more on your hip. Man, it doesn't make any sense.
Look, we both agree that a lot of these people that are doing these mass shootings are mentally unstable to the point to where they'll kill themselves. So if they that mentally unstable and they don't have a gun, you don't believe that they'll walk up in a Lakers game and sit right in the middle of the crowd and set off about 10 sticks of dynamite up under their shirt?
No, because that has never happened. See, everything that's happening right now is because something is accessible. Okay, I'm gonna use drug analogy. Okay, my neighborhood was infested with PCP in my generation, but in the '60s, in the OG's generation, the rebel rousers, the Slauson, it was infested with stums. Tuanol, Seconals. People were taking pills. So ODs was a combination of that and alcohol. It would shut them down. Now you cross over and go into East LA, where I had family over there. It was a lot of heroin over there. So most of the ODs were heroin. See, because that was accessible in that area. You go over to Compton. Compton had a lot of drinking, and Compton had weed, and it had everything that we had down here, South Central and Watts. Everything was being exchanged there. But if you remember, too many brothers didn't shoot the needle. Even in the joint, there's only a small few of groups that'll get to that needle and stick that needle in their arm. Most of our gangs, we didn't mess with the needle. But right now, the fad is crystal. All the youngsters is taking crystal. That's why they pants is falling off their butt. They ain't got no meat. They taking this stuff and it's sucking them all up. And that affects behavior too. So these guns, this particular type of a gun, it's accessible. I pull a burglary. You remember how we used to get our weapons, right?
Back in the day? Yeah, you breaking them houses.
Yeah, so imagine us at this day and time, what our attitude, our instabilities, inabilities, what would we have did with weapons like that at the stage of our, gang banging, where our mind was just straight in hunting mode?
Man, back in the day, boy, look here, hey, I can say me, if I could have got my hands on something that was spitting, hey, woo, I'd have been on death row right now.
It wouldn't have been nothing nice. So
yeah.
what I'm saying in a clear mind is that these type of weapons should be in our society, man. And you know what? Drastic measures need to be taken, because the devastation that's taking place, there has been over 300 such shootings within a year.
Okay,
we don't even hear about all of them.
The thing I was saying about
in the United States.
Okay, look, when you were saying about it's because these weapons are accessible. All right, what I was saying was, okay, let's say if the automatic weapons were not accessible like that, with the mental state of a lot of people, you got some real live lunatics out here running around. And if the weapons were not accessible the way they are accessible now, man would find an alternative to do a lot of big killing. That's why I say, okay, they can't get no automatic weapons, so they can go to YouTube, they can go to the internet, they can build pipe bombs, they can build all the type of bombs they want.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, cartoon. But you got to look at it like this: when you shoot a gun, I'm gonna use the old phrase, a machine gun. When you shoot something that just puts the bullets out like that, it gives you a sense of power. So everybody knows you got it. So they kind of stand back away from you. They say, hey man, dude got heat. Don't mess with him. It gives you, it enhances your reputation. All right, that's in gang world. I'm talking about straight, normal, so-called people who have little mental issues. Everybody has some type of mental issue. When they could feel that power and they got that many rounds coming up out of there, man, that's a sensation that goes through them. And if that wasn't available, that high, I'm gonna say it's a high. If that high wasn't available, that's why I used the drug analogy. We wouldn't have this type of devastation. And that's my opinion, homie. That's just my opinion. Because there's always been, okay, let's look at the penitentiary. All right. I know there's people in there that's capable of making darts. There's people in there capable of making bombs. There's people in there capable of making some hell of a shanks. But it takes time to do that. And everybody don't have the time, and everybody don't have the skill. So you have a guy on the street, and so those things aren't being used a lot in there, the darts and the bombs and all that. Every now and then, okay, and the spears. All right, but on the street, it's the same way. If you didn't have all of those kind of guns out here, then people, they wouldn't be taking the time to go do all that other stuff. The other stuff is slow and outdated. It's like, right. Oh man, I'm not gonna mess with that. I mean, I'm just gonna get off 2 or 3 rounds and they're gonna tackle me. Because they know it's only, I remember I could count the rounds. You did that before. Somebody's busted at you. 1, 2, 3, oh, say he's out, let's rush him. You know, that's what me and Pookie would do. You know, we counted. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But now, you know, it ain't no counting.
It's running.
It's running. It ain't no counting. You know?
It's get up.
Hey. Still getting the giddy up. You better get the giddy up.
I hear I used to clown back in the days with my homeboys about when the shooting starts. And you know, I hear like you see the boy Cowboy on the internet now talk about Paul Rand. Man, listen. Ain't nobody made out of steel, man. It's time to. I can tell homie when the shooting start, it's every man for himself. I'm out of here.
Man, only a fool is gonna stay and bullets ain't got no name on them. They don't say this one's for you, this one's for you. Man, innocent people get hit by that lead when it's flying through the community like that.
Right.
All I'm saying is that there's no place in this society. I mean, when you go to the board, they say you pose a risk to public safety. All right, if that's true, and you make it such a big deal about that, and you deny me parole 13 times, and you really care about public safety, then why isn't that energy going toward, you know, this gun control out here with these weapons? I'm gonna call them weapons. I'm gonna use one of Bush's lies when he lied on Saddam Hussein. Weapons of mass destruction, because this is mass destruction, and it ain't no hoax. It's really mass destruction, and the weapons are out here with us. Now, if you don't want to take their guns away, then dry the bullets up. Take them long ass bullets and quit making them.
Right.
Because they already trigger happy. They go already shoot up the bullets that they got. Now, make it hard to get bullets. And don't sell no machines that can make bullets. And don't sell no gunpowder. This ain't the pioneer days where we have got muskets and balls and we got to go hunting. These people are getting these guns because they have a reservation in the back of their mind to kill some people. Anytime I had a gun, I had a reservation in the back of my mind, and I would tell myself this: if someone steps on my shoe tonight, if someone bumps into my car, if someone disrespects me, if someone says something to my old lady, then. I gave myself all of these avenues why I should use my gun. So you got all these people with all of these guns, and they give themselves that same way out too. Someone breaks in my house, I'm gonna shoot them. If someone comes in my yard, I'm gonna shoot them. If someone's black, I'm gonna shoot them. That's what the police do.
But now we don't need
these guns.
You know what? It was no matter what we say, no matter what we do, it was gonna escalate because everything as time goes on, everything escalates. Everything it's gonna get worse, and it's gonna get worse than what it is now.
Oh, already it's pretty bad now, homie. Over 300 shootings with mass casualties have already taken place in the United States this year.
Right.
So that's pretty bad, you know. When little kids are getting killed, when little babies are getting killed, it's time to do something about it. And I could say that I give back because I look at my life. You know, there was no blueprint how I was going to live my life, but now my mistakes is the blueprint for any young gang member. You can look at my blueprint.
Can you read that on your screen? Can you read that from JJ House? What he said?
No, read it to me.
It says, Timothy McVeigh didn't use a gun. You will have that type of warfare going on from the white supremacists if we ban guns.
Timothy, no, that's not true. Because anytime you got that kind of hate somewhere, it's gonna exist in people. The hate's gonna always be there. I'm not talking about banning guns. I'm talking about putting everybody back down to 6 shots. That's one shotgun shell, or maybe 3 that come in a Remington automatic. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that bullshit. I'm not talking about banning guns. I'm talking about having normal guns. I'm talking about having, don't have nothing that shoots over 8 times.
Keith was talking about getting rid of assault rifles.
I don't know, homie. It's kind of, I feel what you're saying, but in certain situations,
homie, just think about a cartoon. Just think about a cartoon. Back in the day, a Tommy gun that came from World War II, they made it to the street. That was considered Superman shit.
Right.
The 45 with the straight clip and the one with the barrel clip. That was like, you had one of them, you was a king.
Right.
You was a king. Okay, so anything like that, it needs to be X'd out in society. A regular 38, 6 shots. A shotgun, 1 shot. Double barrel, 2 shots. Go back to some normalcy. What do we need these weapons for? The ones that shoot all of these times. They're not to hunt meat. Back in the day, we had our shotguns. We would go to Bakersfield and hunt meat. We would go get jackrabbits, cottontails. All my grandfathers were hunters. I'm sure your family were hunters too. We would use the guns to go eat. If your daddy had a gun, it was to go get some food.
Right.
My dad and his buddies, they would go jackrabbit hunting, come back with all the jackrabbits, have all the shotguns all in the backyard. They didn't have no damn machine guns. They had to tow the meat up.
Yeah.
So these guns' purpose is to kill people and to kill them in large numbers, and there's no place for them in society. And remember I told you about the reservation. Everybody has a reservation. And if you got a gun, someone does A, B, or C, you're gonna go to that reservation. That's why I don't have a gun, because I have reservations. You step on my shoe, bump in my car, disrespect me, you talk shit to my brother, you disrespect my old lady, mention my mama's name. Those are reservations.
Now you see what Dubs just said. Now I gotta agree with him. He said, Dubs said, if we allow them to ban certain guns, they will ban all guns. We cannot trust our government anymore, so we need to be armed. I gotta agree.
Yeah, but look at this. I agree in part. We don't need those guns that have all of those rounds. We don't need that. We need to go back to the old school where a 38 was enough. A shotgun was enough. We even sawed it off so it wouldn't even hurt nobody unless you was right up on them.
And you know what? In this day and age, man, the world is getting so crazy.
No, I know cartoon is getting crazy, but I'm giving hypotheticals how to turn the clock back on some of this violence that is being perpetrated by people with instability, people who have mental issues, people who have accessibility to these weapons. That's all I'm saying. I'm not, and it's just an opinion, that's all. I like the way the world used to be. I like the way it was when the guns were normal. I don't
So
like
now,
these crazy.
so now let me ask you this. Let's say, now just because the government put a ban on automatic weapons, that's not gonna stop, people from getting them. So then if they put a ban on it where we can't get them, that means who gonna have the right to have them?
I don't know, but I know one thing, they passed some good laws for us. And I don't mean good as in good. You know what'll happen if we get caught with a weapon, right? You've seen that extreme, right? But if you're going to use that extreme on me, then you use that extreme on other MFs too.
Right.
If you're going to stack the books on me, because if I get caught with something, then you better stack the books on somebody else too. If it's good for me, then it's good for somebody else. And I don't like it. That's what I'm saying. And Doug's is right. But people need to do this, people need to do that. But in my world where I'm living at, I'm not touching none of that shit. If I gotta go somewhere where I need a gun, then I ain't going.
Hey, look, if you feel that way, hey, don't come out here where I'm at.
Yeah, if I feel like, but that's what I'm saying. If I feel like I'm gonna need to be strapped, then I ain't going to the party. If I go to the party, I'm saying, oh, it's a nice party, I'm going. If I have that little thought in the back of my head that I need to bring A, B, C, or D, then I shouldn't even go.
Right.
Because
okay.
it's only gonna take one time. I don't get no more free rides.
Right. Exactly. We ain't got no more chances.
Yeah, this is my chance. I don't get nothing else. The board member told me that. He said, hey, dude, you're not getting no more chances.
Right.
Understand you're not getting no more chances. Do you understand that? I said, yes, sir, I understand that. He says, all right, take it out of here.
Right.
That's how that resonates. Now, I don't have another joke left in me. When I was a youngster, I had a lot of jokes. Camp 3 times, LP 40 times, which is juvenile hall. YA 2 times. Then the joint, 32 years, 4 months. I ain't got no more jokes in me, homie. I put in my work. I did my crazy shit. I'm not even going to pretend. That's why I say, us OGs, if we out here promoting the bullshit, it ain't us that's out there in the street banging. It's those little kids that's out there. And if we love the little kids, then we're not gonna, promote the bullshit.
Hey, let me ask you this. I got a question for you. Man, where that dog at?
Oh, okay, stay right. Come on, let's go. We're gonna go down here and we're gonna see my 2 dogs. Watch.
But they're gonna get me now. You got 2 of them now.
Yeah, they're gonna get me. Watch. They're gonna get me, and I'm gonna push them back.
Right.
Come on back. Come on around here. All right. Here they go. There they are. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Come here, big boy. Get out here. Come over here. See, that's the big white one there. He's Big Willie. And then that's the Melonwa right there. That's the one I took to Monster's funeral.
Okay.
That's the hog right there.
Yeah.
And look what he did to my bench press, man. If I would have had an automatic weapon, I would have lit him up. Look what he did. They lucky I didn't have one. Look what he did to this one. He ripped it off. I take all my bells and put them there so when I chain him up, he can't move around.
Right.
Yeah. You see that iron's heavy when it get that rust on it. That's pig iron.
Man, what you do for 4th of July, man? I don't believe in it. I don't pay no attention to it, but so many people keep asking me what I did, and I'm telling them, man, I don't celebrate pagan holidays.
Okay. I understand, but I went and seen my mama. I got on my hog and I busted down the freeway going 80 and 90, feeling like, when you're on a motorcycle, you can feel 17 again. So I was 17, pulling on up in there, kicking it with my mom, my sister, nephews, family, So and then when they got busted the fireworks, I'd already went inside and laid down. I was tired. I heard them. I could hear pow, boom, pow, and I said, some of that shit ain't no fireworks.
Right.
That's how it was over there. But it was a good day. It was cool. I called Kev Mac, but he was incognito because he slept through the 4th of July. You're getting old when you sleep through holidays that you used to relish when you were a kid.
Man, Kev Mac was in Mexico on the 4th of July.
No, I was sick, man. I was sick. So
you were sick?
Yeah, I was trying to get over this virus, man.
Yeah, well, at least you sounded better. Hey, Tune, did you hear how he sound the last time me and him went on? He was sick, dog.
Yeah, I talked to him the other day. He was like, "Did you know?" He was, but now stop eating that meat. That meat was doing it to you. Stop eating that meat.
Well,
I ain't had no meat.
Stop eating the meat while you sick.
I'm saying when I got sick, I ain't had no meat, bro.
No, I'm saying
No.
stop eating it. Period. Become a vegan.
No, I'm not a vegan.
Hey, if you would have Cartoon, if you would have been with me yesterday, I bet you would have ate some of that meat my nephew made.
Oh no, I don't go. Oh no, I don't go near meat. Period. I don't do none of that.
Wow, that's cool. That's discipline.
Yeah, that meat, you don't need it, man. I don't drink. I don't smoke.
I don't do
Weed.
none of that.
I don't eat meat. I don't do none of that.
Okay, I'm with you on this. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke weed, and I don't take no pills. I don't get high off shit. I don't mess around with none. I've been drug free since 1986, and I don't miss it. I can be around it, but I don't like getting secondhand smoke, so I move away from it.
So you was getting high in prison then?
And before 1986, I was getting faded. But you already know what I was getting high of. You just gonna clown me.
No, because you know you left the street in '79, but you still getting high at 86.
Yeah. Well, how could you just quit and you started getting high when you was like 10? How about I just arrive in prison and then I'm gonna say, oh, I'm not gonna get high no more. Here I'm facing the hardest thing I ever faced in my life. I wanted to zonk out a little.
Right.
So around 1986, that's what I would do. I would get high with everybody else, drink Pruno, smoke weed. They had some pills. I would take them. I would be like one of the just be out of reality for a little while.
Right.
I would go up. I would be going up with my Pruno, and then my buddy would be coming down. So I always kept a cup. I always had it like that, man. And then one more.
They don't make that regular whiskey no more in prison. They make that White Lightning.
Right now.
Yeah, I heard. Well, they were doing that when I was there too. They would drip it off the heat. It would mystify.
Right, yeah.
On the link.
Hey, that tears your kidneys and your liver up.
On the link.
Oh, okay.
No, man.
It's like drinking acid.
Right.
Hey, Cartoon, you been lifting weights? You look like you still got some yolks.
It's cracking.
I couldn't say it again.
You look like you still got holding on to your yolks. You been lifting weights?
Shoot. I don't really do nothing no more, but back in the day I had so much of it that it just all ain't went away yet.
Oh yeah, because you big bone, you corn fed.
Yeah, it run in my family that way. All the men in my family like that.
You remind me of the brothers back in the day that I grew up with, the big bone brothers, like the Hester family. The big brothers would be fighting the weightlifters, and I say, these dudes don't gotta lift no weights, they already naturally big. Like my uncle was like that. He said, y'all back here wasting all that time lifting these damn weights. This yard needs to be cleaned up. So big old Uncle Charles, 6 foot something, he come back there woofing on all of us. We got testosterone in us now. We're not the little kids that Uncle Charles used to woof on when we were little children. So I rear up on Uncle Charles. He hit me so hard, he slammed me into the back of the garage. Boom! I said, oh, fuck, my uncle's hitting hard. He said, come on, boy. Come on, let me see what those weights can do. And then Chucky said, don't you do it, Coots. I'm huffing and puffing. Now let him do it. I'm huffing and puffing, but I didn't want to do it.
I don't blame you.
Man, after I felt that rocket cannon coming into me, boom, I didn't want to do it. I said, my uncle got that old man strength.
Yeah.
Said, well, I'm cool on that shit.
That's how my uncles were, man. I'm like, that all of them 6'5" and taller, and I want to pop off at the mouth. Yeah. Man, look, I knew how to run from them. No, I get somewhere.
Yeah. Man, I ain't hey, back in the day, the fathers were the leader of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's who was the leader of my neighborhood, the daddies. The big ass, crazy ass daddies were the leader of the neighborhood.
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead and call him, Kev. See if he won't jump in.
Man, you know Mump ain't gonna jump in.
Who you trying to get? Who you trying to get, cartoon?
Huh?
Who you trying to get to? Who you trying to call?
Mump.
Man, Mumpy, man.
He called me
shaking.
yesterday.
Okay, we gotta aggravate Mumpy.
He
Mumpy's
called me
shaking and
yesterday.
faking, man. Tell Mumpy to get in here with us or Big Rick.
Yeah, he called me yesterday, so he might be on deck.
Yeah, we wanna hear from the monster.
And I talked to Rick, man, right before I got sick. I love Rick, man. Rick's a good dude, man.
Yeah, man, he did all that time. His family been through a lot with his loss. That's why I can relate to Rick, because he's a strong brother, man. You know, he took a lot of losses in his family, just like me, and to be able to deal with that without just going straight, 8-ball on motherfuckers. Oops, shit, I did it, kid. I'm sorry.
What's up, man? What's cracking lacking, y'all?
What's happening, man? What's going on, man?
That's my boy right there. That's Rocky.
What's up, Cutes?
What's up, big brother? How you been?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm stressing out, man. I ain't got a shave, no haircut.
You look good, man. You chilling, man.
Trying to make this shit happen with this basketball. Been doing this shit 24/7.
That's cool.
It is what it is, Shit, nigga, we're trying to go to.
What's wrong with your volume, man?
Huh? Can you hear me?
I can hear him good, Kevin.
I can hear him good too.
All right, my bad.
That must be you, Kevin.
Must be me.
Hey, look. Hey, now that Rockhead that came on, I gotta turn the phone a little bit. I can't let my wife see him. I ain't gonna tell you, she's seen him before, and the white hair and the beard, that drove her crazy. I'm like, no, I can't let her see him again.
I'm talking about right this.
Rockhead's a ladies' man. That's what's up.
You know.
Hey, Rockhead, do you eat meat?
Huh?
Do you eat meat?
Yeah, I mean, I love lamb chops. I don't care for steaks. I don't really eat steaks.
Hey, Rockhead, I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but do you got on a prison smock?
What, nigga?
A prison smock.
What's that?
You remember them ugly smocks they would give us when they took away the real uniform with the button-up shirt, and we would button it all the way up to the collar?
Shirt on.
And then they gave us that smock.
How's that a prison smock when I got my ICANN shirt on, nigga?
Okay, let me see. Oh, okay. That's why I said I wasn't trying to be funny.
Oh,
but
you saw this. No. The way the shirts wrap around our neck in prison.
Yeah. And the framing of our podcast, it's only showing that part. It's only showing the top. You'll see once you look at it, you're gonna say, "Damn, Cutes wasn't tripping. It looks just like that."
No,
you can't see the American program.
No, we got a tournament this weekend out here. College coaches coming out to recruit. Got a young man that's blowing up.
Cool.
Then we go to Augusta, Georgia, on the 20th to the 24th. So I got to raise about $5,000 for plane tickets. So I'm hustling, man. I'm constantly hustling, I'm hustling on one end, and people still trying to steal my players on the other end.
Wow! How do you get such good players?
I get them while they raw, and I create them.
And you scout them too?
I get them while they raw, and I create them.
That's good.
Hey, you ever won a championship?
Man, we be having our been. You talking about the Drew League championship? I won the Drew League, the adult league. There go my ring.
Let me see.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Man, that's a nice ring, man. Look like a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, that's a nice ring.
Got that what you call on it? My name.
Well, you better not Johnny Depp. You better not Johnny Depp anybody with that ring going. Don't Johnny Depp nobody with the ring going.
This is like, hold on, I gotta get this motherfucker right.
You don't hit nobody with that ring on, dog.
That's a nice ring. That's a real nice ring.
Well, yeah, that'll imprint something on somebody's forehead.
Oh,
little
shit.
nigga.
Huh?
That's my 6'9" little homie right there, 17-year-old.
And he how tall?
Attitude.
He's 6'9".
6'9" with attitude.
Damn, he's taller than Magic Johnson.
Zaire, bro. You remember him, Kev?
Yeah, I remember it.
What's up, young brother? Tell a young brother, what's up, OGQ said, what's up to you?
What up?
Pretty good, man. When you become an NBA pro, don't forget about the little people, homeboy.
That's right, man.
All right, because Rocky's gonna give you
about food and rooms, nigga. Get out of here, little nigga.
Well, he should be slamming the ball like Michael Jordan.
Ask Kev Mac. That's what he do.
Yeah, he make him aggressive. Make him be a big aggressive. I hate to see a big dude that play a soft game. I want to see a dude playing fight alike because I was a little small fight alike. Yeah.
This my other kid, man. He's 6'6". Come on, get off my back.
All right, let me talk to him. Let me coach him. Let me coach him for a minute. Hey, homie, the next time you go out there, don't care about the fouls. Don't just block fouls out. I want you to play aggressive, and I want you to slam the ball and swat balls out of people's hands. Just go out there like a madman.
How you go,
just
Tug?
one game.
Go, Tug. Hey, you better get that little motherfucker the rules and regulation of engagement. Nigga, start on my bed. Nigga, don't sit on my bed.
Hey, what did y'all eat? What did y'all eat tonight?
Huh?
What did y'all eat tonight?
Hey, Rockhead hitting them with the penitentiary rules. Don't get on my bed.
Yeah.
Rockhead gonna have him writing a book report.
Running laps.
Yeah, running laps and doing burpees.
Yeah.
They do burpees.
That's good, Rockhead. You giving them discipline.
Rock gonna have him warming that food up with a stinger.
All right, I'm rounding up all the razor blades right now. I don't want no funny business.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Zaire. Go take a shower, dude. You just got done working out, nigga. Go take a shower.
Yeah, Rock's like an uncle to them dudes, man.
Yeah, that's good.
Come on.
I thought those were his sons.
Nah,
they're my basketball players.
He got a team, right?
They parents entrust me with them when they come out here and play for me and stuff. So a lot of them come, don't know no rules, don't have no rules and regulations. Zaire gonna tell me I ain't never had a curfew before. Nigga, you go to bed, nigga, you go to school, you got school in the morning at 9:30.
Yeah, you gotta be ready. You gotta be smart. Your brain needs rest.
That's what's up. I like that.
Cartoon. With these young people, man, it's more than just basketball to me. I mentor them, I groom them, I try to teach them responsibility of self. I really work with them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Most teams just care about the basketball aspect. They don't care about the little things that make them young men into men.
Yeah. Hey, Rockhead, you motivated me, dog. So I already know you. I know you real. You motivated me to want to come home. I already know you real.
Kills us sometimes. They be testing the shit out of me.
That's what's up.
All right.
Especially Zaire.
They're lucky they got you, dog. It's a blessing they got you, homie.
For real, yeah, for real.
They're lucky they got you, dog.
But that's when people ask what I like, what I do. This is my life. You know, I do a little work in the juvenile hall. I do intervention. I teach life skills. But what I really believe in is helping these young men. And someone asked why I do it, I never had a need for me. So I open my home up. They live with me anywhere from 2 to 6 months. You can't keep a relationship because everybody say I care more about the youth than I care about a woman. But you know,
it's all right.
If I got a good woman, I got a good one. But women's a hit and miss thing with me. If we together, we together. If we not, we not. But I ain't gonna never stop working and saving these young men lives.
That's right.
You know, so
Because
like,
you know why you do that, right? You do that because you're dedicated, dog. That's how you roll. You're a dedicated brother. Whatever you do it hard. You gang bang hard. Now you did this. You
That's
do it
real.
hard. You give it all. You give it nothing. That's what you gotta do.
Hey,
You gotta give it all. You gotta give it nothing.
come
That's
here.
what I do with my mechanics. I give it all or I give it nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Where you wife at? Let me say hi to her.
No.
I just want to say hi to her.
I don't want her to see you. Period.
Can I say hi to her?
No.
I'm gonna show her this cartoon.
No. I get off the air before I let that happen.
That's just all wrong, man.
Cartoon, you're a smart man.
Hey, don't you supposed to please your woman?
Yeah, I ain't gonna let her see you though, cause she seen you once and kept on talking about, and you get that, and that. Man, look, no, I in my head, I said, all right, I ain't gonna do that no more.
Mr. Smith. That's good.
No,
Man.
What's the topic today? What we talking about today?
Okay. I had a crazy topic, and I done took some flack from the audience, but this was my topic. Back in the day, when society was a little bit more innocenter and things were a little more safer, and you had us on the street, and our weapons were either 6-shot, 1-shot, 12 gauge, double barrel, 2-shot. If someone had a Tommy gun, that would be considered over the top. So I was saying that they should get all of these weapons of mass destruction out of our society. All of these fucking, excuse my language, all of these guns that shoot more than 6 times.
What's been going on lately?
Yeah, brother. It's not cool, man. Going in there killing all them little kids in elementary school yesterday, killing the old man in the parade. And he was just sitting there in his wheelchair to enjoy his day. That shit, it makes me mad to even think about it.
But Q's, my thing is this. And I saw a couple examples online on social media. Again, they know how to solve the problem. They know how to fix the problem.
Exactly.
But they choose not to.
Exactly. I'm right there.
And the example they set of how to solve the problem, they kill people of color, and they use less restraint those of color who does more mass destruction than us.
Exactly. That's what I said. I said if it was our problem, they would find a solution for it, and they have. If I get caught with a Roscoe, I get a life sentence again. That's extreme. So if you're going to use those extreme measures toward me, then use them toward society.
Man,
use them toward other people. But you want to give somebody 3 years, 1 year, 2 years. I'm like, really?
The last three situations were the mass destruction of people.
Yeah.
Them guys with their light skin, they arrested them calmly. Didn't aggressively rush them, didn't slam them to the ground, didn't shoot them in their back, didn't shoot them down 100 times.
Yeah.
But as a person of color, they are so overly aggressive.
I agree.
And that's the sadness of this whole situation. Now, in regards, I see you, boy. I see you got me and my boy David Henderson from Fairfax High School. You know,
cool.
But then again, about guns. They knew what guns was about when they brought them in our cities in 75, 76, 77, 78. They knew what automatics were. They knew what Tech 9 was in the 90s. They wanted us to self-destruct ourselves. They wanted us to kill ourselves.
Exactly.
Now, with this new militia, this new Hitler, and this other thing that's going on, he brainwashed people's head. You know, they got their weapons. The kid who did all that stuff ended up not getting no time when he crossed state line. There's a lot of things that's going on that's not right.
That green lighted it. Once they let that little kid go, that green lighted all the other kids. That's it. Oh man, they're not gonna get us for doing it. We'll just do it anyway. We ain't gonna get a lot of time.
That's number 11. That's AQ. That's the guy we just saw dunking the ball right now.
Man, and you know what? Anytime somebody dunked the ball and their elbows are bent like that, they got hops. That's what I was taught to look at. See, I want you guys to notice that. His elbows are bent, that dude got hops. He didn't even extend his arms all the way. He could have dunked it from down here, but he wanted to get way up there. I don't know that much, but I love to watch the game. That's prison ball. I don't know like you, but I like watching the game. I appreciate some athletes in my life. That's what I like. Hey, is that pretty boy over there?
Yep.
What's up, brother?
Now I want to kick some real game about this gun situation, since I'm really a highly expert in this field.
Yeah.
See, it was something you said earlier I wanted to rebuttal about guns that shoot more than 6 times. In 1934, the first time they passed the Federal National Gun Act. Do you know why? See, a lot of people, when I talk to them about that, they don't know why. I always got an A in history when I was in school. They passed that because of the gangsters and the bank robbers was using Tommy guns, sawed-off shotguns, and silencers. So they considered them in 1934 gangster guns and wouldn't let the public have them. That was the first national gun act. 1968, when the Kennedys got kicked, right? They passed age limitations, they passed background check and mental health. Then, when the Black Panthers marched the Capitol, that's when they turn around and pass that other bill. Oh, we ain't gonna have nobody walking around here with weapons that's open, right? Now, here's the thing, right? They keep on hollering about the AK. Every time you look at an article, right, you see where they say AR-15 style. See, they keep on putting the AR-15 part in your head, but everybody don't see the part where it says style, because I can say he had a Thompson style weapon. That don't mean it's a Thompson. It just means he had a weapon that could shoot multiple times. So when they keep on hollering AR-15, I told my homegirl, because she think ARs just came out. I said, AR came out 2 years before I was damn born. And she was shocked. I said, see, y'all don't have no history of weapons like I do. I had an expert in weapons since I was in my teens. Then they turn around and make it seem like, oh, well, we got to lower the age to 18, right, because their mental capacity. That silly ass clown that did that stuff in Chicago was 22 years old. So what they're going to do, turn around and pass a law and say, oh, well, we got to lower the age now to 35. See, what they do, they pick. They pick and pick. They're trying to tear the person apart and see what can we find out to throw at the public and say, this is what we need to fix. So since they found out the gun was bought legal, now they're going to see if he had any type of mental history. If they can't find that, then we'll go on his age. If we can't go on his age, we'll go through his social media account and see what type of weird stuff he was doing, right? Then we'll put it out there and see, we told you he was a weirdo. See, this is how every shooting happens. They always pick you apart and then try to pick out the worst they can find in picking you apart and then throw it out there and then try to make a law about it. See, here's the thing. Like me and my brothers was discussing one time. We always said, and it's an old saying that goes, guns don't kill people, people kill people. There's no gun walking around with 2 feet aiming itself at people, shooting at people. You got to pick that gun up. And you can't control human behavior. You can't control human behavior no more than you could have controlled us 35 years ago when we was gangbanging, because we was going to do it regardless. Where the consequences was going to be death or life. So when somebody say, oh, we're going to make this law, you ain't deterred nobody when you had the death penalty. They still was killing. They just took that penitentiary and death penitentiary chance. So you can't control human behavior no more than you can have a racist walking up to you, calling you out of your name, calling you the N-word, even though he's going to get his ass whooped, but he still took that chance to do it. So no matter what law you make up, no matter what you can say, What gun if you take all assault weapons out of circulation in the United States tomorrow, if you could just magically do it, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna use a shotgun to kill. And and I a shotgun was considered a military weapon back in World War I, World War II, and all the wars. But you don't see them talking about when somebody get killed with a shotgun, they say, oh, we got to get rid of this military weapon. But if you look it up, a shotgun was considered a military weapon. And in World War I, the Germans was on the United States about using the shotgun, talking about it does so much damage. Y'all cheating, y'all ain't fair. Ain't nothing fair about war.
Tell them again.
Considered a military weapon back then, and it still is. So when they talk about, well, we're gonna take all these assault rifles or whatever the hell. Okay, you take your assault rifle, they kill with a shotgun. Take the shotgun, they kill with a handgun. And a lot of people don't know, if you just bust an automatic down to 6 rounds, you can still buy 10 magazines. I know some people, even myself when I was young, I can bust 10 rounds in a magazine, drop that clip, and slap another one in there in half a second. Now they knock down 12 people. Drop the other one, put it in, now knock down 18. Drop another, now knock down 24. So I did the same amount of damage that AR did. Because people practice this stuff. So when they get to talking about gun control, they never talk about gun control until it comes time for election time. Before election, all the schools that are getting shut up, they do nothing about it. As soon as election time comes, we don't need no guns, we don't need no bullets, we need to do this, we need to do that, just so you can get a seat. So the thing about it is this: no matter what law you pass, you cannot control human behavior.
You can't.
You cannot control human behavior. I can wake up tomorrow angry at something I seen on the news and walk in McDonald's and just knock somebody out. They say, damn, what the hell did he do that for? Shit, we don't know. That's the point. So when somebody get a gun, and then they always say, well, the criminals have guns, but the law-abiding. Let me tell you something. The majority of your shootings was made by law-abiding citizens. The majority of your mass shootings was made by people that didn't have no history of mental health. They didn't have no criminal record. So what are you going to do about that? You can't do nothing about that because you ain't got nothing to leech on to and complain about. So if a person turns around with no criminal record, no mental health, he bought his gun legit, okay, you're not going to see what he's going to do tomorrow or the next day. He can just kill without just for the hell of it. And then they go on social media or the news and say, we got to see what made him tick. He had a nice family, 401k, dog named Fluffy. They say he had 3 kids, all his money in the bank, nice car. What made him tick? You're not going to know what makes somebody tick. Anybody is capable of snapping. So you can come up with any law in the world, and you're not going to stop a person from waking up the next morning and tripping. See, this is what I trip off when they get to talking this gun law stuff. We need to make the capacity of the magazine shorter. So what? So a person can get six magazines that hold 6 rounds?
You know how you tape them together and reverse it?
There it go. So all that talking about we're gonna bust them down to 6 rounds. Even in Canada, they came. I know you recently heard what Canada did. They getting ready to push. They getting ready to push. You can't have no handguns no more imported in, sent out, ordered, or nothing. You got to keep the handguns that you already have. And if your magazine is high capacity, they want you to modify that magazine down to 5 rounds. So you know what Canada did? The Canadians did the next 2 days? They went and bought all the guns out the gun store because that law hadn't passed yet. But the only reason why they did that, because in Canada, they don't have a constitution for to bear arms. The president of Chile, he comes on trying to make himself looking tough in front of America. I'm banning all weapons. And if I have to, I'm going to door and search. Why? Because they don't have a constitution. So you think them people over there going to let you take all the guns from them and be unarmed, and then all of a sudden when the government turn on you, you ain't got nothing to fight with? Nobody ain't that damn big of a fool. Hey, I'm waiting right now to see if they're going to do a purge. You might see it coming at 1 a.m. But I tell you one thing, better be ready.
I'm ready, baby.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just kicking some real facts when it comes to guns. Now, what y'all said earlier about the difference between races and guns, when somebody, you're right. When the blacks do something, we get gunned down, we get penalized more. The whites do something, it's always a problem that made them do it. You know, we're gonna give him a break because he was just a nice, we just can't throw away a nice, good white boy like that. See, this is the problem with this country, the white privilege thing. You know, like the brother that got shot 60 times. Now, you didn't see him going and shooting the Brooklyn shooter 60 times. You didn't see him shoot the dude in Chicago 60 times. You didn't see him going at the dude that did shooting at Tops. You didn't see him shoot him 60 times.
But hey, pretty boy, what is the solution?
See, here's the thing. Remember what I said? We can't control human behavior. There's no solution.
Yeah.
You cannot control human behavior. You can't do it.
No, you can't control. You can control human behavior if you got humans locked up. You can't control human behavior out in society. You can control human behavior to a certain extent if you got them locked up. You can control you so I'm just saying that to say that to an extent.
But look, even if you got them locked up, right? If they could control human behavior, we never would have had race riots in prison. We would never.
I'm not saying they can control it to the letter. I'm not using the extreme. I'm not saying the whole extreme. I'm saying to a limited ability, you can control human behavior.
But you can't.
I'm not gonna take the pessimistic view and say, okay, there's nothing that can be done about this in a society that's supposed to have law and order. I'm not gonna say, I'm just gonna be, a victim out here to someone else's whim or wham when they decide to have a bad day. There's gotta be a solution. This just can't be the way it's gonna be for the next to kingdom come. It just can't be. I'm not gonna say that it can't be. It can't be. Not in a society where they got universities, they got scholars, they got us, they got all these people who done live life, they got the elders, man, they need to have a round table. There is a solution.
But Q's,
yeah.
Let me show you, I'm here 2 points you touched.
And human behavior could be controlled by group.
Hold on, Q's. I'm here 2 points you made. You dealt with lock them up. You dealt with human behavior, lock them up. I disagree because locking me up made me a monster. I went to jail as Rudolph. I came out as crazy Mr. Rockhead. It made me let me finish. It made me a monster. I never drank, never smoked. I was sane, but I became a monster. Things affect people differently because of our human nature. Some of us already have that animal instinct in us, but the door never was allowed open. Once that door opened, they act that ignorance and that foolishness.
I didn't say lock them up as a solution, Rocky.
Well, you did. You did say that.
No, I didn't say lock them up as a solution, homie. I said, my buddy right here, Pretty Boy, said you can't control human behavior. I said lock them up. I said to a certain extent. Okay. I said to a certain extent, when someone is locked up, their behavior, to a certain extent, some people's behavior is being controlled. When a person joins an organization, to some extent, their behavior is being controlled. There's ways to control human behavior.
To a degree.
To a degree. That's how I'm seeing it, to a degree. I'm not saying total. And I would never use the system as a solution. That's not what I'm saying at all. I would never say that. I would deserve discipline for saying something like that. I would never look at
if a human being, if a human being is put in a box, what happened to that human being in that box?
I already know that. I already know that. I'm saying to a certain extent, when a person is in confinement, his behavior is being controlled to a certain extent. That's what I use that for.
Remember one thing always: before he goes into that box, he already committed the crime. There you go. You can control it after the fact. Some people can be controlled, some people can't. But always remember, before he goes to jail, he already committed that crime.
Yeah, but you guys ain't hearing what I said, so I already agree with
No,
that.
I'm hearing what you're
I
saying.
agree
But what
with
I'm
you
saying is,
saying.
you got some. Remember when we was in prison, Q's, how some people write, man, I'm a straighten up. I ain't trying to get no write-ups because the prison already broke them down to condemn themselves. This is what
Yeah,
I
they didn't have no backbone. They were already ready to give up.
But you got some guys like me, you, Rock, all of us. We had the mentality is like, you know what? I ain't going nowhere. The hell with this, because everybody don't think the same. So
It's
we
like
already made our bones, and we already did what we had to do before we turned around and waited 25 years and say, you know what? I'm going to get the hell out of this joint. I'm getting too old.
It's like Pretty Boy.
Yeah.
When I got my 115s,
yeah,
they got me handcuffed. I'm already in the shoe. They walk me in the community. I did it. Send me back to my cell. I ain't gonna fight. What I'm gonna fight this shit for? I can't. They can't give me no new cases back then.
Yeah.
No.
I'm putting back in my motherfucking cell. Let me do what I do because I was conditioned to act a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
And that's in human behavior. You have the natural thing that happened in our human as a human being. And then we eventually condition ourselves as human beings to strike out, to humble ourselves. It's so many different components of that human behavior. So
yeah,
when
I'm
Q,
talking about.
let me show you something, Q.
I'm talking about Rockhead. Here we have a crisis. We have a crisis in America. We have a crisis in society, and the crisis is that these sporadic shootings are taking place. So you could be at the mall, you could be in a parade, you can send your kid to school, and then these shit is just keep happening. Bam, bam, bam. And it ain't taking long to happen again. So what I'm saying is I'm looking at drastic measures for a solution. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to think.
But look at the people who's doing it though.
Oh, I already know.
99% of it is not us.
I already know that. But still, that's not giving nobody a pass either. You know, even though it isn't us, we still fall subjective to being victimized by it. That's what I'm talking about. I'm in that range.
I got you. You know, I read a book. Somebody did say something about the CIA just now. I read a book that I really enjoyed, Change of Images and Psychological Slavery.
Okay.
That was a bad book right there.
It
helped me understand that just because I look like I'm free and I act like I'm free, I'm really not free mentally.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
One thing, if you can't control the police from shooting people, how are you going to control the average citizen? Police set up.
So what do we do?
That's the point.
The average citizen. What? There's no solution.
It ain't no solution
unless the system acknowledge the real problem and take heed and want to change it. That's the only way it's going to be changed. The system has to want to change it. As they can talk about it, they can act like it's like the White House. Everybody runs to the White House. People going to jail, people not. It's the same bullshit. They can knock it in the bud, but they don't want to. They need controversy to continue to make their money. We are in a capitalist society.
Yeah.
No matter how we look at it, how wrong it is, how fucked up it is when innocent people get killed. I say the same thing about gang banging. Man, if you're going to be a gang banger, you're going to trip off colors, you're going to trip off of hoods, nigga, quit knocking down innocent people. Do you know who you warring against? You get him or he get you. But quit knocking down innocent people. That's some cowardly ass shit. You driving by.
That's why when the brothers came out of the joint, went to the meetings, and told them that group not to, be doing them drive-bys. That was a good thing. No one said anything about that. That was a good thing to tell them to quit doing those drive-bys because the drive-bys were killing kids, innocent people, babies, shooting at people's house, killing their mothers, their fathers. All that shit was stupid. I can look back on some shit, man, and I can say it's stupid. I can look back at some shit that I used to do, and I can say it was stupid. Some of it, I can say some of it was stupid.
I did some stupid
and
shit.
I'm going to reflect like that and to be honest and be authentic because I'm trying to make a positive effect on the youth.
But Q, I did some stupid shit, but I never knocked down an innocent. I never accidentally shot an innocent. Everything I did that was stupid or non-stupid, I purposely did it. I knew what I was doing. I wanted to do it, and I got it done.
That's right.
Real simple.
That's right.
But no one never innocent. Never.
But you want to hear something insane?
Yeah.
Here you got some police, right? That's supposed to work for the city, supposed to protect and serve. They say, right? They turn around, pull a criminal act, shoot somebody unarmed. Yeah. All they fellow police officers looking at them going to jail with that stupid look on their face, look like they done lost their whole family in a tornado. They just look like they tough when they was gunning you down. But soon as they get in front of that judge, they look just like the average citizen, get ready to cry, cut their wrist. But look at this. Now here's the insane part. Their colleagues looking at them doing this, right? And their colleagues will go right out and do the same shit. After they see them go get their time in jail, get stripped from their shit, they will go out and do the same damn thing.
And that's what guys, I'm gonna have to leave. I'm gonna have to leave the conversation because I gotta go get something to eat, and I haven't eaten. So I love this conversation. This is the kind of conversation I was built for. If iron sharpens iron, and I like the way we interact. We don't always agree with each other, but at the end of the day, I'm listening to you, brothers. So
but everybody got to
you guys. I talk to you guys later, and I'm a debater. You guys already know me, and I know you guys are just as hard headed as I am. But I talk to you guys later. I just wish you was here to talk shit with us. All right, y'all be cool, man.
All right, cute 777.
But again, we are and as a whole and as a collective, we are so fucked up. Most of us in denial. But the way I live and the way I move, pretty boy.
Yeah.
I never had a me for me. So I try to save these young men who want to be saved.
Yeah.
I create my basketball program, my mentor program. I go to the juvenile halls. I really focus on showing them there's a better way. And the choices we make today could be forever lasting in the wrong way if we make the wrong type of choice.
Yep.
So as long as I hear that, like this kid, I had the big kid, he got like 5 offers from different universities right now. And when he get offered, I'm like, this dude actually got multiple choices going to a university to play sports.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I'm driven by. Like when Kev came out and took pictures of my team and watched us play, he was happy. But this is what I believe in. I don't care about no red or blue. I don't care what nobody do or don't do. Just stay out my business, stay out my face, and appreciate what I do. One way or another, you appreciate it because you're looking at me.
Yeah.
And other than that, if just let me do me. In doing me, I want to save as many young lives as possible so they don't have to go through the shit that we went through in our lives.
Yeah.
They don't have to.
I always tell these youngsters when I see them in the street, and they always recognize me from KevMacVideos, right? And I always tell them, don't you know gang banging as we knew it is over with? I said, how you going to gang bang and you see what's going around the world and see what's going on TV and you still want to gang bang knowing that they might purge us out at any moment? I mean, it's like, how you not see this?
Pretty boy, on some real shit, pretty soon, that's going to be their next step.
Look, if you can see it and I can see it, and a lot of old heads I talk to can see it, right? And we trying to tell these youngsters, look, dude, it's coming. But you want to gang bang until it comes. Nobody's not going to be running with you when it comes. They might see you in trouble and help you, but
why you think they got all these shows on purging?
Come on, I know. You think it's coming, you know, and anybody watching KevMac videos, you better wake up, because when it come down, y'all gonna be calling everybody hood. Hey, homie, they marking down the street, they marching down the main street with the Confederate flag in a tank. You know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna be wanting help, you know.
My bad.
Yeah, let's go.
What's up, man? Good game.
Come on, Cam.
Y'all got to make your free throws up.
No, man, we was missing too many free throws. Too many free throws. We wasn't finishing at the rim. We'll be good, though.
Yeah, got some good footage in Vegas.
Yeah.
My fat ass. I know motherfuckers laugh at me seeing me fat now. I used to laugh at fat boys looking at my fat ass. That shit terrible. I ain't never liked that I get that big.
Yeah, well, this virus knocked 20 pounds off
Y'all
of me.
play like this. Meaning there's a couple guys, when I'm saying something to you, trust me. Just listen. If it sound fucked up and crazy, just listen anyway. I do know what I'm talking about. I do know what I'm talking about. Ain't none of y'all been to college yet, right? Only two over here that been to college and played, right? Two over here that played pro, made money, right? So we must know what we're doing. We must know what we're doing. Like that, at the end of the play right there, the last one, I said, get to the rim. If you want to go and look for him, both of them like this, can't do it. The whole right middle was open for you to get there to the rim. If you wasn't gonna make it, get fouled. You, of all motherfuckers, gotta listen. You a point guard. I played point guard. I know what the fuck I'm doing as a point guard. Please believe me. I don't like embarrassing, acting an asshole, but man, look, I'm gonna be real with you. You can't listen, you ain't gonna make it, bruh. Trust me. You can't hit fucking free throws as a point guard, you ain't gonna make it. I'm gonna tell you, cause you're little. You don't shoot that well to get that shit like that. You looking at me like I'm motherfucking crazy, dog. I ain't gotta do this bullshit, bruh. I told you I was here to help you. Trust me, dog. I want you to make it. From the bottom of my motherfucking heart, I want you to make it. But you ain't gonna listen? Fuck it. Then me and him gonna have to be battling about taking you the fuck out. That's it. One person played his ass off. Him again, Devin. Devin. Y'all gotta collectively go, man. Shit, you gotta go. Y'all motherfuckers get to stay in fucking good ass house and shit and all this bullshit again. Y'all can stay some bullshit. Some bullshit. Nigga, I'm looking out for you. He looking out for you. Nigga, pay me back by doing what the fuck you gotta do. Do what the fuck you gotta do. If I fuck up, it's on my motherfucking ass. But if I ask you some shit and tell you something to do it. You gotta go harder, you can. You got crazy potential. You just gotta go. You ain't been here that long, I owe you some time. I got you next game, you understand? I got you. I know how you get, I'm a dog too. Just play. You can play harder than that, I know you can. I know you can. Much better. But you gotta prepare, dog. You gotta prepare. Fuck everybody before the game. Get over there, get your mind right. That's what you gotta fucking do. I ain't gonna tell you again. I'm gonna yank you the fuck out. You catch it and don't shoot that motherfucker, come the fuck out. Already know coming out. Then the steal right there, you should have stuck. You know, I was scared to go get it. All you had to do was run. All you had to do was run. I don't want nobody saying shit to me the next game. Play, if I'm fucked up and we lose, I'm fucked up. That's it. I ain't giving no chance to that. I ain't listening to a motherfucker that ain't made shit tell me nothing.
Coach! Yeah, that sound like me. I'm being real, sound like me. I can say my little voice a little bit. End of the day, man.
Hey, with some bitches, with some
Look.
bitches.
Look, over here, Cam. You are one of the most aggressive, most tenacious guards I've had in years. But sometimes you get so caught up in one-on-one, all it takes is a player to say one thing and you're done. You're done. You shut yourself down. What's the purpose of going to a prep school to give yourself a chance if every time you get on the court, when it gets to a point, mano, the way you show you got that nut side, you take it out on him, you punish him. As Coach says, you gotta listen. Come on, man. I mean, dude, your dad is your biggest advocate. You go out there and do the same shit over and over again. I asked you how he get the rebound. Well, he grabbed my arm. You're 6'7", he's 6'1" at the most. He grabbed my arm. That means you should swing him off you, correct? Correct? I don't hear you. It's simple. How bad do you want it? Do you want it better than your dad? Your dad got his history. He walks around in LA, everybody, you was the man, you was the man. Nigga, you want to be the man? Do it. Do it. Drew, pass up 3 fucking shots. You don't need to take a dribble, kid. Listen, if I'm telling you to shoot the ball, shoot it.
Yeah, damn, I'm fat, pretty boy.
Dude, motherfuckers looking for that green light. That was the ugliest shit I ever seen him do. I hate when he shoot it. Although I know he can make them. But you supposed to make them. I ain't got shit to say to you. Hey, let me show y'all something about this 10th grader. I'm gonna say it again. Let me tell y'all about this 10th grader, Devin Ringer. He's been involved in every play, offensively and defensively. When he don't have the ball, he's touching the ball. He's disrupting the ball. Activity. You don't have to have the ball in your hand and have some kind of activity. It's about activity without the ball and with the ball. When we got the ball, we move without the ball. When they got the ball, people need to rebound. People need to get in between the lanes. He's the best in it. Getting in between the lanes, disrupting their play. Everybody else just stand there and take pictures. Zaire, again, you need to wake up, dude. You just need to wake up. You need to wake up. Because it's almost like you don't exist sometimes on the court. Yeah, at the end, you kind of started getting in your groove, but why should you take at the end? Anytime a team up by half a point, 1 point, or however many points, and it's less than 2 minutes left, they're going to kill the clock. They're going to. I'm screaming at you, get on the big dum-dum. Meaning, just, I'm on them. No, I'm on them. Make them go left. They tell you make them go left, right? If you own them, your body's in its way. Either he gonna push you off him, or he gonna have to go left. He go left is in the sweet spot. This is not on nobody, dude. I'm telling all of y'all. They started killing the clock with 2:45 left. And y'all didn't get, all y'all just back it off like, okay. We gotta be smarter. We gave him the game. We handed it to him. You missed 4 free throws. You missed 2 critical at the wrong time. I think you missed about 2 more. We gotta make free throws. That's why they free. All that energy you had earlier, about nothing. About nothing. Look, people walking around the block.
Rockhead.
Hey.
Kev got me in action, man. He got me. That's my boy Dave Henderson went to Fairfax.
Yeah.
Went to JUCO.
Yeah.
Playing in the league a little bit overseas. Made a lot of money. I brought him out of retirement to be my head coach.
Yeah.
It's about motivating and pushing these youth, man, bringing stuff out of them they don't realize.
Yeah.
And with love.
Yeah.
You know, and all we did was give them tough love and show them they really believe in this, they really want this. They got to wake up and excel in it. You know, but Kev got some good footage, man. And for the Kev Mac Maniacs, man, you know, this is what I do, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is what I do, man. I do it year round. I mean, I don't have no life. You know, a couple good women out there really like me and want me. But goddamn, I be working these kids. It's
Yeah, that's what I
hard.
be doing with the guitar, right? I be
Yeah.
putting my little clips of my music, my guitar playing, and I get a lot of people get at me, say they want to learn how to play the guitar, right? But as soon as they get over here and find out how hard it is, they don't want to do it, you know? And I told them I've been playing since I was 8 years old. I had a band in Tracy for almost 10 years. We did videos in Tracy. I was the first one to ever get the coach to videotape all the bands that was at Tracy in the 80s up until the early 90s. And I told him, I said, look, man, we all lifers. I said, this is what I want you to do. Let all the bands videotape just in case we don't make it out, and send it to our family and let them see us while we still young and in our youth. And they did it. But see, we all made it out. See, so now I can let my nieces and nephews and people that they can still see me while I was young, because that's the only video footage I have, you know. But it's cool though, you know what I'm saying? If you doing something you like, you know, to motivate the kids, to push them, to keep from hitting them streets, that's cool, you know. But that's the thing about it is, I wish a lot of us had, because a lot of us be having sons and daughters that be screwing up, listening to all this crazy music, TikTok, you know, and you want to have some type of son or a daughter, right? You know, that can, like, when you get ready to pass or something and you can see that they doing good, you be proud of it. You see what I'm saying? You want to see, yeah.
You know, Pretty Boy, when you say that, it hurts me when I'm with my homeboy Kill from Raymond.
Yeah,
when he tell me he got to go visit his son in jail.
Yeah,
him and his wife, other homies, and I look back from Tracy days, Folsom, how guys used to brag about, this is my son, and they baby and their kid's mother got them dressed like they would dress, pounding them in their chest, and we kind of went backwards. But what they did by showing me all them pictures and having their sons look like them, act like them, dress like them, and physically beat them, I knew I didn't want my son like me.
What can he leave you?
I didn't want my son, man.
If your son in jail, right, and you sick, what can he do for you? He can't even help you.
And by looking at all that, Pretty Boy, my son graduated from college.
Yeah, that's cool.
He got in one fight in his whole life. He's 27 years of age, got his degree. He's a coach at a JUCO and got a full-time job.
Yeah.
And his name is his birth name is Rock Johnson, R-O-C Johnson.
Uh-huh.
And you know what? Before, when he was little, he thought he had to live up to who his dad was.
Yeah.
Or he had to live up to Joe D. Whitby, who's his uncle.
Yeah.
So he had it bad on both ends. You got Joe D. Whitby from the Drive, and you got me from Compton. It's like, damn, he in the middle. But my son beat the walls down, man.
See, that's cool.
My son doing good. You know, and that's my joy.
Yeah.
I tell people, they don't get it. I never had a me for me. Honestly, I don't know my dad, biological dad. Jim Brown became my father later, but I didn't know what a father was. I didn't know how to be a father when I started having kids.
Yeah.
By me being there or talking to them or playing with them, that wasn't being a father.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to learn things the hard way.
Yeah.
And I realized later when my kids were 16, 17, 18 years of age talking to me, like, damn, that's how y'all felt about me?
Wow.
And then I had to explain to them.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was in jail all my life. I didn't know how to be a father. I'm thinking, you knock the nutsack down, you get the coochie, she popped the baby out the belly, I'm daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, it don't work that way.
It sure don't.
You know, and it's a process. You know, out of 6 daughters or 1 son, 2 daughters kind of on the bad apple side because of their choices, not because of me. Not bad.
Yeah.
My 21-year-old daughter, she'll be a junior at North Cal State Northridge. Made the honor roll and dean list her freshman and sophomore year. My 22-year-old daughter just graduated from Northridge. Just graduated from Cal State. She graduated from East Bay University
Yeah.
with her bachelor degree. What more can a father ask for?
Shit, that's good.
You get what I'm talking about? A father like us.
Yeah.
A father with our background. A father with knife wounds and bullet wounds and stitches in his back of his head and in his forehead and doing the work I do today. And pretty boy, that's why I do the work I do, man.
Yeah.
I don't want these kids to go through anything that I went through in my life because they're not made like we were made originally.
They
We were made different at a different time.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I could save a life through my youth program, if I could save a life by going to the juvenile hall 3 or 4 times a week, if I could save a life by walking up to a kid and say, "Is you okay?" That's what I do.
Uh-huh.
I don't care about materialistic shit. I care about these youth. I don't care how I look, how I dress. As long as I pay my bills, I care about our youth.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm driven by.
That's right. I mean, I didn't get a chance to have no kids like that, because they got me at an early age. But, hey, I'm just
hold on.
I'm just
Pretty
here.
boy.
Hey.
I went to jail at 11, got out at night, prison at 16, got out at 19, went back at 19, got out at 34, and I started dropping them like it's hot.
Yeah. Yeah, you read because you realized it then.
I had a lot of shit in me need to be released.
Yeah, I had a one-stop
for the women.
Yeah, I had a one-stop bus ride. It wasn't no in and out with me. That was just one shot.
And let me tell you something, pretty boy.
Hey.
For the women. When I say I dropped it like it hot, y'all got to understand. When I have my kids' mothers, I have 6 of them.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be with a woman if we're not happy. I'm not gonna be with a woman because we have a child together.
Yeah.
As long as I take care of my kids and my kids know each other, that's more important to me being in a household that's unhappy, than eventually my kid see the unhappiness and now the kid is pulled.
Yep.
So
you're right.
It wasn't designed for me to have multiple kids' mothers.
Yeah.
But my kids know each other. I have no issues with their mothers.
That's right.
Know what I'm saying? I had to man up to get that respect from each one of them. Well, we don't have issues. I have 8 grandsons, 2 granddaughters. My oldest granddaughter is 20.
Yeah.
My oldest grandson is 19. My youngest is 2. Only thing about my grandsons, pretty boy.
Hey.
They ain't got my last name, man. They just my grandsons, big dog.
Wow.
I need boys. I need my name to live on.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? My oldest daughter be tripping off me when I say this. Listen, y'all, they got their daddy's last name, not mine.
Right.
They my grandkids, but they ain't my sons.
Yeah.
I need my name.
Yeah.
To last beyond this.
Right.
And when my only son, ready.
Yeah.
Like pretty boy. If I get me another boy,
yeah,
I don't mind. At 60, I don't mind getting another boy.
I thought about that too. I was like, damn, if I had one now, man, I'd be almost 80 years old when he graduates.
Jim Brown is 86. His youngest daughter is 18. His youngest son is 19. Nigga.
Yeah.
Hey,
wow.
If I meet that right one, early 40s,
yeah,
mama, shit, girl, I give her one.
Ooh, you said early 40s, right? You trying to push that limitation in their belly.
Hey, I don't want nothing my age. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like all this weekend. I was in basketball tournaments all this weekend. I go to a basketball camp tomorrow. Then my team play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then again, I got to try to raise about $5,000 for these plane tickets before we go to Augusta, Georgia, July 20th to 24th. That's what I do, man. I drive, I raise, I try to figure it out. And then my door is always, even with American,
So
when they had one of the worst gang members in Denver, Colorado, one of the most dangerous Crips in Denver, Colorado, the judge released them to us in American. I had to open up my home. Jim asked me up my home if it would stay with me. When DC brought a young kid that was in trouble out there, he had to come live with me. So my home has always been open to help others. And I think it became so natural for me because I never had anyone try to help me, pretty boy.
Yeah.
I never had anyone say, Rock, it's going to be all right. I never had anyone say, man, you're not cursed at birthday, you are somebody. Everybody always said I was an animal, so I continue to act like an animal. You know what I mean?
You got to remember our era growing up. We was the old homies. See, we didn't have no older homies to say, "Hey, man, stop doing that," because they was only but a few years older than us, and they was active. We were active.
Or they
See,
want to
now you can do that because we got like what 30 or 40 years on these youngsters.
But our pretty boy, or they want you to come up under their wing, that bitch shit.
Yeah,
See, again, that's why people always question me. I had older homeboys from my hood, but I never had a big homie.
Yeah.
I didn't acknowledge him as a big homie.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because if I say I'm your big homie, I'm your big brother, I'm everything to you that's going to help you excel to another level.
Yeah.
Anything that belittles you does not justify me as your big homie.
Yeah.
And that's just being real.
Yeah. You're right.
Hey, Rockhead, for confirmation, Michelle want to know if the guy in Denver was
Psycho Michael Asbury. Yes. He lived with me for 3 years. Then I got broke. I tore my knee up. We got into it. He tried to fight me when I had a cast all the way from my ankle to my thigh. Nigga, I tried to tear that motherfucker up and got my tray 5.7. Nigga, you retarded. I mean, and he was a tough cat. He had a lot of trouble. He stayed with us for about 3-4 years. Then he went back, and I think he got killed when he went back, if I'm correct.
Hey, you know what's crazy, Rockhead? When me, you, and Mumpy was talking, and Mump felt the same way I did, man. When he said he want to come out there and talk to the kids with you and help them play ball, man. I thought that was big. It was surprising to me to hear Mump say that.
I mean,
but it's just so much fun, man. And
it's so fun. You saw how much fun I had. You started having fun, Kev.
Yeah, I did.
You know what I mean? It just, when you see these kids, you see how they move around, you see how they act, how they talk, they don't have an idea what being a man is. So you got to show them. Like when a young man came in and said, "No, I don't sit on my bed, man. Don't violate my bed like that. Don't take a shower, young fella. You just came outside from practice. The other when you take a shower." And these are the instinctive things they don't think right away when they come from outside in the house. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I love teaching them. And I fuss at them and shit, but I fuss at them with love. That's all. Pittsburgh Steelers, baby. I see you. Yeah.
Hey, well, this was a good show, man. I'm going to wrap it up.
And,
you know, y'all come on anytime y'all want to. I knew, Pretty Boy, this was your expertise when they start talking about guns.
Yeah. I know this. You hear me?
Pretty Boy, can I ask you a question?
Hey.
Pretty Boy, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is the 38 revolver one of the weakest revolvers in the world?
It all depends on the grains.
Because I shot a motherfucker in the head, he lived.
Yeah, and I bet it was point blank, too. And then you know why? I'm going to tell you why. Listen what I'm going to tell you before I get off here. If you would have stood a distance and shot him in the head, it would have killed him. You know, a bullet takes time to travel once it leaves that.
Yeah, I learned that after years later, yeah.
And I'm going to tell you what I did when I was young. I heard something about real cotton in the mattress can stop a bullet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I was 18, I took a 32. Took a real cotton pillow, like a little throw pillow. I put the gun up to the pillow, fired it. You could see the bullet coming out the back where the cotton was around it. I threw it 4 feet away from me and fired it again and went straight through. That's how I got up on. So when you said it was point blank, I already knew what happened.
That's why I went to jail. That's why I went to jail for.
Yeah.
That motherfucker lived. I was happy he lived though.
Yeah, hell yeah. Because you remember back then, they didn't have attempted murder as a life sentence until 1989.
Yeah.
So anybody was catching attempted murders before 1989, the max they were getting you was like 9 to 12. You would get
it was 9 to 12 to 19.
Yeah, there it go. Yep. So but and it was halftime. When they had that halftime, man, dudes were loving that. And when they flipped that up,
look, hey, I'd probably be just getting out.
It was a sad day.
10 years ago. If it wasn't for halftime.
Look, Rock, do you know they was giving lifers halftime?
Mm-hmm.
They was giving lifers halftime, and they turned around in 1989 and said it wasn't the legislators' intent to give the lifers halftime. So they turned around and said, we're going to put you back on third time. Then they turned around and the court said, but you're going to give them all that time they accumulated on halftime. So they did. They just moved our parole date up close.
But you remember how easy it was for the 7 to lifers?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Some people purposely they wouldn't let out.
I know.
A lot got out. People don't talk about it.
Yeah, I know. I know some that's still in there now went in before I did.
7 to life, Kev, man.
On a 7 to life.
You know, my pops had friends with them 7 to life.
You know how the 7 to life work, Kev? See, you got 7 to life for everything, right? But there was a matrix for that 7 to life. They might have gave you 7 to life, but the matrix, like if you had a first degree murder, you got 7 to life, but the matrix on 7 to life was 21 years. Mm-hmm. You might have got a 7 to life, but but you might have had a second degree murder, and that second degree murder was 13 and a half. No, it was 11 and a half to 12 years.
And so that meant was
that 7 to life.
So what that meant was, Kev, the one with the first degree murder, you would not come up for your first board hearing. Technically, supposed to be 7 years, but 21 years.
Yeah, 21 years supposed to be the max they can hold you.
Yeah.
Then they turned around and flipped it and came with 15 and 25. That screwed up the whole game because now everybody was like, damn, 15 and 25. Because we thought that was like we used to say back in the days, a Buck Rogers day. Mm-hmm. 25 to life, 27 to life, you could even count on your hands and toes and your friends' hands and toes. So when we was looking at, when they said your parole day, eligible parole day is 2001. I'm looking at 2001, it's not even a real year. Seriously.
And it's 1986.
That's what I'm saying. It's the 80s, and I'm looking at 2001. So my mentality switched up and said, you know what? The hell with this. I'm getting ready to gangbang till I die. Because that's what's the mentality. When you threw this at me, you gave me no hope. So my mind said, well, what the hell I'm going to straighten up for? What I'm going to do right for it? I might get more time. I know some dudes that went to prison with 2 years and caught a life sentence in prison.
Yep. Know that too.
And it was easy to catch it back then.
So anyway, Kev Mac Maniacs, man.
Yeah.
We enjoy y'all. Pretty Boy, Q.
Yeah.
Cartoon.
All right, Kev.
Hey, man, take care of y'all families. Be safe, get stronger, and continue to grow and learn.
That's right. Much love, man.
Much love.
Much love, both of y'all.
All right, good luck. Good looking, Rockhead. Appreciate
you.
All right. All right, Macheads and Maniacs. That's it for this magnificent show tonight. Shout out to Cartoon, Cutes, Rockhead, Pretty Boy. Once again, no response from the monster, but that was to be expected. I'm feeling a little better, but you can still hear the congestion in my chest and in my throat. But things are looking brighter. And thank you guys for tuning in for almost 2.5 hours. Maybe one day we could talk more about my experience hanging out with Rockhead and his basketball team. And I'll give my opinion and We should be getting a Mumpy and Rockhead sit down together pretty soon. So y'all look forward to that. Y'all take it easy, man. Much love. Peace. Good looking out, Super Chats. Shout out to Glass and Malone, man.